So this is my top 3 worst movies of 2020. There's going to be a lot of negativity in this video, and if you're not into that type of stuff, wait till next week when I talk about my best movies of the year of 2020. That will have a lot more positivity, but today we're going to be very, very fueled in rage as we talk about these movies. So here are my top 3 worst movies of 2020. Starting off with number 3, you knew this was going to happen, okay? You knew this. If you saw my review, you knew this was going to happen. Wonder Woman 1984. You see, there's one thing I didn't mention in my spoiler review for some reason. You know how Steve Trevor comes back into some other guy's body? And it's so weird because that's so invasive. And the fact that that guy was... his consciousness was in some other dude's body, and it's so disturbing and just a violation. If the genders were switched, this movie would literally get canceled. The only really saving grace no, it's not even a saving grace. The only okay thing about this is the actors, they do a good job. And the action at moments is good, but even that, like pretty much every aspect of this film is below average or just straight up bad. The action is really poorly edited. It's so cringy and like just really badly edited. There's scenes in which shots are just missing. You know how when a film teaches us a message through showing us events and you sort of have to realize it on your own? That's what good storytelling is. This film doesn't have that. This movie just straight up tells us that nothing comes great and nothing good comes out of lies. And even that message isn't that complex enough. Like, we see complex messages in animated movies. I've talked enough of this movie. I do not like this movie. If you enjoyed it, that's fine. I hated it. And let's just move on to number 2. So number 2, we have Artemis Fowl. The reason why this movie isn't higher on my list is because I knew it was going to be bad. Why did I watch it? Well, it was on Disney Plus, and I was like, why not give it a watch? Maybe I'll find something in it. This movie is a straight up slap in the face for anyone who liked the Artemis Fowl books. I've never read them, and if I did read them and I liked them and I watched this, I would be even more mad and it would easily make number 1. But there's something even worse than this movie. This film, pretty much on every thematical level, just doesn't work. The characters aren't compelling. The movie itself is just super boring, and the acting, in terms of the kid who played Artemis Fowl, I felt bad for him. The fact that this was his first movie, this first big-budget Disney movie, and that means a lot of eyeballs are going to see his acting, and the fact that he's at a lead role, and he isn't very good. But maybe he'll get better. We'll see. But this movie is bad. I mean, how? How do you get Kenneth Branagh, who's a pretty decent director? I think he's very underappreciated. And then you get Colin Farrell, Judi Dench, and Josh Gad, who I also think is very underappreciated. I think he's a good actor. And you have Disney backing up this film. Did it turn out to be this bad? And here we are, number 1. I hate this movie. I think it's honestly the worst movie of the year. And of course, I'm talking about Mulan, not the incredible Mulan animated film that we got back in the day. I'm talking about the garbage that came out last year. This film wasn't just awful, it literally insulted, one, the predecessor and the movie that came before it, the animated film that it's based on, and it insulted the actual Mulan story that the animated movie was based on, and the fans who either like the Mulan story or the animated movie. And I am a huge fan of the animated movie. I think it's one of the greatest Disney movies ever made. And you literally completely destroyed it. It's soulless. I'm not saying put the songs in. The songs are great, but I'm not telling you to put it in. That, I guess it won't match the tone. The acting, everyone either is super bland or just straight up boring and bad. for example, Liu Yifei. She is not good in this movie. She isn't a good actress, guys. Nuh-uh. And plus, she's a communist, okay? Why did you even hire this person, huh? And another thing that I didn't really touch in the Mulan review when I did it, is probably because of spoilers, is the fact that Mulan has this power that she's just born with it, and she's like super powerful as a child. And she doesn't have to work to become this all-powerful person at all. Why is the original animated Mulan such a great character? She's an average person. She's a human being just like us. She doesn't have this chi power thing. She wants to, you know, fight in place of her father for her country because she cares. And she fails. She's bad in the beginning until she trains. And even when she trains, she barely makes it. She gets wounded, she gets hurt, and then she has to prove to these people her worth by saving the emperor. And she wins the battle against the Mongol guy, I forgot his name, at the skin of her teeth. Here, she does everything effortlessly. And you know what character does something extremely effortlessly and just all the conflict that she faces is just forced conflict, so we can get invested and care in some way? Oh yeah, Rey from Star Wars. The original actress, Ming-Na Wen, who voiced Mulan, who actually is Fennec Shand in The Mandalorian. I mean, I just want to know what she actually thought of this movie. I'm pretty sure she said it was good, because she can't say it was bad or she'll lose her job, because that's Disney for you. But I really, really want to pay and see what she thought of this dumpster fire of a movie. And I am so glad that people actually agree with me. You know, I hated Frozen 2 and people wanted to shoot me in the head for it, but it's so refreshing to see that people actually, the general audience, hated this movie just like I did, a Disney movie in particular. Well, guys, that was my top 3 worst movies of 2020. I hope 2021 won't have bad movies, but I say that every year and we get stinkers all the time. There's a ton of movies that are coming out that I'm super excited for. And if you want to know what movies I'm excited for, check out my video on my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2021. Well, thank you guys for watching. Please remember to subscribe and like the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.